my vegetables, but he ate my spinach. Riding with thick again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Answer to the street, so we know just what is needed. But keep it underground, staying down, cause we ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it all fresh and stay away from all the vultures. No, scavengers here, just keeping it real. Pick got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you're trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Big XL, he can't be stopped.
What up, Tony?
Forever the home of real hip hop.
What up, world? It's your boy, XL. This is the Ridin Durty Show, the Ridin Durty Podcast. We bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life, man. Today is Friday, January 24th. Welcome to the weekend, man. I got to say one time for our amazing sponsors. One time for the good people over at 89.3 FM. Also got to say one time for the good people over at WeBlazingHipHop.com, the internet's #1 hip-hop and R&B station. All right. Also got to say one time for our sponsor, the good people over at Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium, you hear me? A premium hard candy designed to taste just like your favorite alcoholic beverage, okay? Make sure you visit them at liquorlollipops.com. Find out more about the amazing flavors. Find out how you can get your hands on them and find out how you can start tasting that goodness. All right. Also got to say one time for the good people over at the I'm So Shirt Company. All right. I'm So Shirt Company is a t-shirt company designed with shirts designed with you in mind for you to wear what you rep what you wear, and rep where you're from. All right. Make sure you visit them at the I'm So Shirt.com. Again, that's the I'm So Shirt.com. Definitely one time for them. I love it when my people are breaking into the entrepreneuring side of things, whether it's creating clothing stores, whether you're trying to, whatever you're trying to launch, man. I just love it to see my people trying to get off that 9 to 5 and do something with their life by generating cash on their own, man. So one time for everybody definitely doing their thing in the business world. I'm trying to get all my sponsors tagged up here. I'll get back to them. All right, so again, I said today is Friday, January 24th. Let me let y'all know about whose birthday it is today. Guys, say happy birthday to Mr. David Diggs. David Diggs, if you are a fan or familiar with the play Hamilton on Broadway, he's one of the leads on that play, Hamilton. Also, if you had a chance to see the awesome movie called Blind Spotting, it was written and starring Mr. David Diggs. He turns 38 years old today, so definitely happy birthday to him. Also gotta say happy birthday to actress Miss Tatiana Ali. She turns 41 years old today. You might remember her from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Gotta say happy birthday to A-Town legend, member of the Dungeon family, Mr. Sleepy Brown. All right, Sleepy Brown turns 50 years old today. So definitely happy birthday to Sleepy Brown, man. 50 years old. You know what? I'm not even sure. I just know that man makes timeless music. So making timeless music, I didn't even realize he was 50. But definitely happy birthday to Sleepy Brown. 50 years old today. Hopefully you're enjoying your day, player. Alright? Also, guys, say happy birthday. I got to go over to Facebook and definitely shout out some of my Facebook family and friends. I got to say happy birthday to one of my favorite DJs in the whole wide world, DJ Pooh. What's up, Pooh? Happy birthday to DJ Pooh. And also got to say happy birthday to one of the smoothest players out of the ATL, definitely doing music. I got to say happy birthday to my man, Sandman Esquire. Hopefully you're definitely doing your thing today too, bro. And I just noticed on his page, that he was hoping to get a threesome for his birthday. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but definitely happy birthday to my man, Sandman Esquire. Y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go check out some of his music, or check out any of the work or any of the people I aforementioned on their birthday, man. Because I always tell you, a great way to say happy birthday is by showing a person the respect you have for their music, man. So again, one time for everybody celebrating their birthdays today. And last thing I got to mention, today is, again, Friday, January 24th. But if you don't know, today is Beer Can Appreciation Day, okay? Beer Can Appreciation Day. All right, Beer Can Appreciation Day recognizes the great day in 1935 when the beer was first sold in cans, okay? Now, the way you observe today is enjoy a beer from a can while you do explore the art behind the beer can. Now that we're getting to more home brew, there are some really, really nice cans with some awesome artwork. So, again, enjoy a beer out of a can today, explore the artwork, and if you choose to participate, hashtag Beer Can Appreciation Day. All right, I gave you our sponsors. I told you birthdays and told you today is National Beer Can Appreciation Day. Now it's time for me to do what I enjoy doing most, and that's bringing you the word from the street, bringing you the people that are definitely out there moving and shaking and making this world a better place, whether it's through arts, entertainment, politics, or religion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Ridin Durty Show. Queens, New York rapper, my man, X-Yle. What's going on, my G?
What's happening? What's going on?
Man, trying to maintain this weather down here in the ATL is crazy. One day it's warm, one day it's cold, one day it's raining. But you know what? Keep my head above water, trying to do my thing. How about you?
Right. That's what you got to do. The weather up here in New York is like off and on. So one day it's snowing, and then the next day it's like 50, 60 degrees. So we get in the same confusion, you know what I mean, we get up here, but I'm loving it.
All right, so look, let's take the people for a walk in the life of X-Yle. The first thing I want you to do is let the people know where you're from and what was your introduction to the music scene.
Queens, New York, all my life. My introduction to the scene, what can I say? Just definitely the inspiration from DMX, who's one of my favorite rappers. He inspired me to that. I think P. Diddy was probably the first one introduction to the music. First album, I think, was No Way Out. And from then, I was just hooked for music. Like, I just loved it so much. I don't know what else I could say about it, but it was just a dope feeling, a dope vibe it gives me, writing my own stuff, creating my own stuff. And then here I am now.
All right, now, you mentioned DMX is one of your favorites. What makes DMX one of your favorites?
The fact that he was able to express himself, like he made it okay to let people know like who you are. Who you are is okay. Like DMX is probably one of the hardest rappers to ever, grace the mic. So he made it okay for you to be energetic on stage. He made it okay for you to cry on stage, show your emotion, be who you are. It's okay. You know what I mean? This is who you are. This is what you want to do. And I just respected the hell out of that.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, at what age did you realize not only did you love hip-hop, not only did you love the music, what age did you realize that you actually wanted to pursue it?
13. 13 years old was the age. I was like, nah, this is what I want to do. It was the feeling, the rush, everything. You know what I mean? Definitely by that time I knew, this is it for me.
All right. Now, at 13, did you decide to, hey, I'm going to start writing raps, or I'm going to become a bigger fan? Like, what were your next steps at age 13?
Well, both, actually. Definitely becoming a bigger fan and writing. Like, I started writing when I was 11. I took it serious when I was 13, but the goal was always to be a bigger fan, to be a student of the game, like learn, watch, and see who makes what moves, what to do, what not to do. So acquiring the knowledge was always a priority while building myself as an artist.
All right. Now, starting out so early and up until this point in your career, How has it been when it comes to defining and crafting your sound and style?
You said how has it been?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Like, how has it, a lot of times with independent artists, they struggle to find who they are or what they want their sound to be like. Like, how has that journey been for you, and what do you want fans to take from your sound?
It's been fun. I want to say it's fun. It's definitely hard work, don't get me wrong, to find out something that best fits you so you're not copying or blatantly biting for no particular reason. It's definitely a fun thing just to try new sounds and new ideas and see what fits you the best. So I could definitely say the journey was fun, hard work, interesting for the most part. And I guess the message I would want people to take from my sound is to be yourself. Like, my overall message is to not be afraid of who you are, what you're about, what you do, regardless of what it is. Whether you have a 9-to-5, sing, rap, write, poetry, act, whatever it is you do. It's okay to be the best at that. You know what I mean? That's the overall message that I definitely portray in my music. And have fun with it. That's what it is.
All right, now, I checked out your website, and you have a project entitled The Art, The Life. First thing I got to ask is, explain that cover. The cover is off the chain. Explain that artwork.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. The artwork explains, it's another way of saying art imitating life. The art, I wanted the cover to portray what it is. It's art. So we normally, as people, we describe the game as a female. You know what I'm saying? Like hip-hop, this, that, and the third. We describe it as a female. So that was the vision that I saw. And then you see myself I see myself in the vision of hip-hop. So that's why I did it that way. And then you see all the words describing what it is that people go through, whether it's fear, sadness, happiness, creativity, whatever it is. I just wanted it to look artistic because that's the overall theme for the project. So art is basically left to interpretation of what you want it to be.
Okay. Define your style. Define what a consumer would get from listening to X-Yle.
Completion. They get a complete project. It's anything from, again, displaying your emotions, whether it be talking to a female or going into your deepest, darkest secrets, which is depression, things that you may not want to share with other people. You feel you can get that in my music, so it's like I'm talking to you. So if you feel like you have nobody to talk to, I'm there to talk to you and there to listen to you. What else? Having fun. Lyrical ability. You can definitely get lyrical ability off of that for those who are fans of bars of that nature. But again, overall, just self-acceptance. That's what they get from my project. Self-acceptance.
All right, you just said something that I think that's very, very key to me, being, I'm an older gentleman, but I want to ask you. You mentioned lyrics. How important to you are the lyrics that basically come out your mouth?
To me, lyrics are extremely important. You know what I mean? Not knocking what anybody else does. To me, lyrics are important. It shows, it shows a certain heightened of intelligence. It shows capability. Again, not knocking what anybody else is doing, but it's important to me. It shows that there's time and care put into the craft. There's a level of care that's put into it. So anybody can sit there and write ABC 1, 2, 3, but anybody else who can do ABC 1, 2, 3, but put a twist to it in their own lyrical sense, I feel like that's important.
All right. Now, how do you feel about the state of New York? Because for a while, a lot of people were saying that New York fell off to the south. A lot of people saying that New York wasn't really bringing it. A lot of people said there are a lot of new cats in New York where the older cats are just occupying space and the youngsters need to shine. How do you feel about the state of New York hip hop today?
In my opinion, the state is pretty good. Yeah, there was that time where the South had it. You know what I mean? Some people were happier than others. I necessarily didn't have a problem with it because the South showed camaraderie between each other. And I think that's what New York was lacking. Like me being a New York artist, I felt like that's what was lacking because we grew up that everybody's in competition with each other. You know what I mean? That's basically what the New York scene always was. So I think now we're at a space where it's not as competitive. It's more camaraderie in New York. It could always be better, but I think right now we're at a pretty good space where the sound is being more solidified, and we got more popping artists coming out of the city. You know what I mean? Especially out of Brooklyn and the Bronx. I'm just trying to make that stand for Queens, the South Side.
All right, now, coming from an area like Queens that is rich with hip-hop tradition, what type of mantle is that to keep up with and hold up?
Wow. It is definitely some big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? Between LL Cool J, between Run DMC, 50, Banks, Yayo, Tribe Called Quest, like you name it. You know what I mean? You know the history. It's definitely some big shoes to stand next to. You know what I mean? You definitely want to solidify your own sound and not try to be any of them. But I definitely want, one of my goals is to cement myself on that wall of Queens rappers.
All right. Let's go back to the album, The Art, The Life. How much work and time went into this project, and how hard was it for you to find producers to help bring this project to life?
The project overall was about 6 months worth of work. That was picking through beats, deciding the sound that I wanted, the theme that I wanted, the features to go on it. Picking the producers wasn't necessarily that hard. Like I have my own in-house producers and some outside producers that I'm cool with. So it wasn't that hard to find the producers. It was just more hard to find a consistent sound for the project, regardless of what production it came from. So overall, 6 months, 6.5 months, I would say it took time to write, produce, go in, fix anything that I needed to fix, shoot the videos in the process, and take everything from there.
All right. The name Exile. Tell me the science behind the name. Why did you decide to go with that name?
I got the name from the Bible. Basically, the passage was about a man who was exiled off into an island off his own for something that he did. So I pretty much took the name and flipped it as in exile. I'm in my own lane. I'm on my own. This is me. This is who I am. You know what I mean? Off of my own island in my own lane.
All right. Are you a sports fan?
I am.
All right. So I want to ask you about two things going on in New York. I just have to ask. Number one, how do you feel about the retirement of Eli Manning?
It's been long overdue. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Giants fan, but it's been long. Honestly, he should have retired 2 seasons ago. Like when Odell left, that should have been the year that Eli was like, all right, it's time for me to hang it up.
All right. My second New York question is, how do you feel about the New York Knicks and the state they're in right now?
I knew that was coming. What can I say about the Knicks? Again, Knicks fan, I feel like it's a higher up issue. Like they need to get rid of the owner. That's just my opinion. I think that we don't necessarily have any superstars right now. Like we got a lot of up and comers. Like I think Knox has a lot of potential. Mitchell has a lot of potential. RJ has a lot of potential. We just have a lot of people full of potential, but we don't have any leaders on the team. And I feel like that's what we need. We need a leader, a good coach, and a good leader, good floor general. And I think we could be a contender.
All right. Definitely. All right. I don't know if you know or if you were listening, but today is January 24th. Today is National Beer Can Appreciation Day. Are you a drinker? Okay. And if so, what's your favorite beer to drink out of the can?
I do drink. Beer out of a can. Like if I am drinking a beer, it'd be a Corona. I'd probably Corona out of a can. You know what I mean, or a bottle. But I'm not big on as far as the cans and stuff like that.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. If you could do a dream collabo, all right, you got a chance to do a dream song.
Mm-hmm.
This song has 3 verses. You can pick any producer. Who would be on this song with you? And it could be you alone, you and anybody, but you got 3 verses and you got to have the beat made. Who would be on the dream song with X-Yle and who would produce the beat?
Wow. All right. Well, I definitely got the first verse, obviously. So production would be by Dr. Dre. He makes the beat and laces it down. I think M would be on that record, and I think DMX would be on that record.
Ooh.
That's my dream collab.
Ooh, that sounds.
That's my dream collab.
That sounds like nothing but bars.
With Dre on the beat. Yeah. I definitely would love to make that happen.
That sounds like bars and pain. Bars and pain. If you don't walk away feeling that record, then something wrong with you. Yeah. I gotta come right on that one. No doubt. All right, now, as an artist, how important do you feel like it is to portray messages when it comes to positivity to the youngsters? I'm not gonna say children, but to the younger generation.
You say how hard is it to portray a message?
No, do you think it's important? Like a lot of artists, especially in hip hop, say they're not a role model. They don't want to be considered a role model. How do you feel about those sentiments? Like, do you think artists should portray messages, realistic messages in their music, or do you think artists should just say, "Hey, man, this is entertainment"?
That's a fine line. It's a fine line. I feel like an artist does have a certain level of responsibility to have a certain message in their music because, you know, the younger generation, they're going to listen to whatever they want to listen to. And if you happen to have a sound that they want to listen to, then I think it's kind of important to at least have a message in there of positivity in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? The other half of it does kind of fall on the parents. Like if an artist is less than positive, but the kid happens to like said artist, then it kind of is up to the parents to regulate whether they want their child to, you know, listen to that or not. But me, speaking from an artist standpoint, I do feel there's a level of responsibility to just have some type of positive message in your music, regardless of what it may be. Nobody's saying you got to go out there and be Will Smith or whatever. You don't have to do that, but at least have an overall message that people can relate to where, you know, it's not so bad, where it's not just killing and drinking and smoking all the time.
I get it. All right. Tell me, what are studio necessities for X-Yle? When you go into the studio and get in your creative space, what are some must-haves?
Definitely a bottle of water. That's one. What else to have? I think the ambiance is important. Like, I don't really go to the studio with 10, 20, 30 people. Like, it's usually just me, and if I happen to have a guest, maybe one other person. But for the most part, it's me and the engineer, and we just create. So the ambiance is definitely important to me. The equipment got to be right. The engineer, shout out to my engineer, King Sage, the engineer has to be competent because there are engineers, and then there are people who just press buttons. You know what I mean? So I don't want somebody who's going to press a button. I want somebody who's going to engineer. Tell me what's right. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I should do. If you hear something that I should, you know what I mean, overall input. That's definitely important to me. And other than that, that's it. Comfortable surroundings and time.
All right. As an artist, what has been the best $10 you've spent thus far in your music career?
The best $10?
Yes.
It's just, I don't know if there's anything that's $10 in this industry, but let's see. The best $10 I've ever spent would be when I went to go get, because I think at the time CDs were $10. Let me see. Probably when I went to go buy DMX's third album, and then there was X.
All right.
That's probably the best.
Okay.
$10 I spent. Yeah.
All right. Let the people. How do you feel about the internet and social media when it comes to being an artist and getting your music to the masses?
It's a lot easier if marketed properly. You know what I mean? It's a lot of oversaturation on the internet. So it's like finding a needle in a haystack of good artists. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of artists. Everybody's an artist. So it's important to stand out. So social media is good if you're working it right, I would say.
All right. Now, with that being said, first thing I want you to do is let the people know how to find the project, The Art, The Life, and let them know how to find you, whether it's on social media or website.
They can find The Art, The Life everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, it's everywhere. On my website, imexile.com, IAMXYLE.com. My Twitter and my Instagram, XYLENYC. The link for the project is there as well. Once again, XYLENYC. 2 videos out now, Ringing and Bunch of Goats off my project. Also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place.
All right, now, I'm going to drop 2 songs. We're going to close the show out with 2 songs. The first one we're going to play is Your Man's.
All right.
The first one we're going to play is Your Man's.
Okay.
And the second we're going to play is Ringing. Tell me a little bit about both songs.
So, Your Man's, I dropped that. It was like a preview to the project just to get the ears open and get everything ready. And it's basically like talking to somebody. It's like talking to your friend and asking them about their friend. Like, is that your man's? Is that really who you deal with? Because he moves less than reputable. He moves less than right. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, that's your man's. Like, he don't move right. He moves funny. So that's that record. And the next record is Ringing. Ringing is club joint, have fun. That's it in a summation.
All right.
Have fun.
All right. Do me one big favor, my G. Introduce both those records to the people.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Exile, and you now tuned in. This is my first joint, Your Man's, and my second joint, Ringing, off my album, The Art, The Life, out now.
Appreciate it, my G.
All right. Yeah, I hope it's gonna go on rotation.
Frontline.
You roll with him, boy, that's your man. You smoke with him, boy, that's your man. You joke with him, boy, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. You ride with him, boy, that's your man. You side with him, boy, that's your man. You lie with him, boy, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? Listen up, this a PSA.
90
Niggas
seconds.
thinking that we share the same DNA. I pull a fraud to the side like a PSA. Show me ID, fucker. I don't know your name. Nah, you couldn't have came with my niggas. You walking through the crowd like you ride with it. And you got a side chick, who the fuck is this? Oh, this your man? This the one you out here vibing with? Well, I don't know you, and you moving kinda funny. My circle's small for a reason. I ain't no dummy. You a fake buck among a bunch of real ones. Oh, you let pipe down. Where you came
60
from?
seconds.
You roll with him, oh, that's your man. You smoke with him, oh, that's your man. You joke with him, oh, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. You ride with him, oh, that's your man. You side with him, oh, that's your man. You lie with him, oh, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? Wait a minute, who the fuck you staring at? You looking like an op with your scary ass. I'ma look you in your eyes, better not blink. I gotta watch where I'm at, that's how they got chicks. How they got Z's, Hollywood play. Don't bring them around me, I can smell it. Everybody say they real till they get real. Half you niggas turn blood when you get a deal. Half you niggas claim script when you get a check. Oh, you bang on both sides? I ain't heard of that. Screaming like you bout it, homie, tone it down. Don't try to shake my hand like you know me now. You roll with him, oh, that's your man. You smoke with him, oh, that's your man. You joke with him, oh, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. You ride with him, oh, that's your man. You side with him, oh, that's your man. You lie with him, oh, that's your man. No cap, I can't agree with that. Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Clear the way, make room, make room, make room. Clear the way, what you doing? What you doing? Billionaire bankroll. Told him I was ready, okay, here we go. Me, I'm on a different kind of level. Full speed mash on the pedal. Everybody talking like they got it. All smoke here, don't nobody want it. Let's go. Told them that the price going up. Yeah, homie, rent due every month. All about the work, this ain't nothing new. Diamonds coughing on my chest like they got the flu. About to make a movie, this is scene one. On my new shit, this is not a rerun. Right away I told her, let me see her shake some. She look back, no cap, where the cash at? Bag talk, everything ringing. PayPal, everything ringing. Cash app, everything ringing. Light work, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Light work, everything ringing. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. Hey, everything ringing. Hey, everything ringing. Everything ringing. Everything ringing. I ain't really come for the love it. Do say got a nigga buzzing. I be booked, I ain't got a lot of time. Shorty thick, so she mine for the night. I be in my zone. Drinking till the bottle damn near gone. She a thotty, so I know she gon' do it. Bag talk, homie, I be getting to it. Oh, we working over here, what you thought? Fuck niggas ain't tripping, no sauce. I need money, I can stash in the vault. Goofy chicks on my heels, got it looking like a cup. God damn it, I'm the man. Move like I need a few $100 grand in my hand. Money in my pants, she can feel it when she dance. And my lap got it packed from the front to the back. Ayy, bag talk, everything ringing. PayPal, everything ringing. Cash app, everything ringing. Light work, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Everything ringing, everything ringing. Light work, everything ringing. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. If it ain't about the money, cut it off. Hey, everything ringing. Hey, everything ringing. Everything ringing. Everything ringing. Cut it off. 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 Cut it off.
One time for my man X-Yle, representing Queens, New York. It's your boy Big XL. This is the Ridin Durty Show. We'll be back. Yeah.